We sold our house on the edge of town and sold my business in order to start our new journey and buy 20 acres of rural, undeveloped land to try our hand at homesteading. With zero experience, we are planting, growing, harvesting, preserving, raising livestock, building our home ourselves, beekeeping, homeschooling, really everything homestead you can think of, we are trying. We invite you to come alongside us in this learning adventure. If this interests you, which I pray it does, please subscribe to our channel and do please interact with us. We can all learn from each other. Hello campers! So today what we're doing is fixing our driveway, our long hilly driveway, bumpy driveway. A lot of it got washed away in the flood. So today we have a piece of equipment and my husband is going to try his best at leveling it out, moving some rock. We didn't get any extra rock to fill, but he's gonna try to smooth out the driveway as best as he can. So follow along. I would love to hang out with you today. Our driveway goes all the way up and up. It like kind of does a curve all the way up the hill. So take a walk, and if I can beat him to it, I will show you kind of what the driveway looks right now. So see, it's very pitty, very rocky, and it dips a lot, but then it gets worse the higher up we go. Our house is down the hill. I walked up part of the driveway. but the driveway still goes all the way up. And you see it's very rocky, and in some spots, like I said, just got washed away. So I'm going to quickly show you the driveway, and then I'm going to get off here and help him. So you can see divots from the rain, and it kicked up all this big rock, and so it makes it really difficult, especially for people coming who don't have an SUV or a truck. So it's been difficult to have people come down here, but right here doesn't look too terribly bad. Oh, why am I wearing a sweater? It is very hot out here. Should have brought my clippers because I wanted to cut some elderberry, and it's along our driveway. But see, all of this is washed out. I don't know if the detail is showing up on camera, but it's all washed out here. So it makes it very difficult to drive on random big rocks. It's just not safe for a car, any vehicle really. It's washed out here really bad. If you can hear my breathing, I apologize. I have chronic back pain and asthma. And let's be honest, I'm not in shape right now. So, and it's hot and I'm wearing a sweater. So all of those don't make a good combination. But I think the worst of it is done. The worst of it has been seen. It's all back down the hill. But right there is the end of our driveway. Or I should say the top of our driveway. The end of our driveway is down by our house. But the top of our driveway is just right there. But this part of the road doesn't really look bad at all. So I'm going to go back down to where Terrence is. See if I can help him. Yeah, it drops right there. So there's just a lot of little uneven parts. But then there's like some bigger uneven parts. So he had this little piece of equipment. I know he could do a lot better, more efficient job with a bigger piece of equipment, but this is the piece of equipment that we have right now. So there's a big drop off. And these are the elderberries that we're going to pick later, my daughter and I, to make elderberry syrup. So stay tuned for that. They're ready for the picking. And honestly, it's one of the last things that I'm able to do as a homesteader this year because our garden was washed away. So one of the last things that I have that I can hold on to is continue baking fresh bread and to make that elderberry syrup. I do plan on making another walnut parasite tincture as well. But other than those two things, I don't really think I have any homesteady things to do this year, sadly. So these videos will just continue to be rebuilding, repairing, and then continuing on with our homestead build. so that we can finish our home. But continue to follow along. I hate saying follow because it's more like hanging out. I like that word a lot better. Continue to hang out with us. Okay, so this piece of equipment is in fact too small for this job, so he's going to move on to the next job, and that's to dig out kind of a cove, or for the lack of better words, because it's not coming to me, but he's going to be digging out like a rainway to tell the rain where to go up on the top of the driveway. So he's going to be doing that project because we have this thing for the until the end of the day. Get a couple different little projects done, take it back, and then we're going to have to revisit the driveway. He did successfully bury the biggest dip, so that's good. But yeah, we're going to have to revisit our game plan on that. Hello campers. So today my whole house is sick, including myself. But and I was supposed to do what I'm about to do now last week. Didn't do it, and now I'm regretting it because now we're sick. So if you're wondering, we are going to be picking elderberries today, so that I can make elderberry syrup, which you take when you're sick. I'm super out of breath. I do have a lung ailment, which makes being sick even harder. So it's making walking up this little hill kind of a challenge, but I need to get up here and pick these berries so that I can make our syrup, so that our family can start feeling better. So hang out with me while I pick elderberries for elderberry syrup. And if you can't already tell, my new mic has come in. The upgraded version has come in. So this is the first video where I'm using it and kind of testing it out. So hopefully you're now going to start seeing or hearing a difference in quality in the videos that I post. So let me know down in the comments if you do hear a positive difference in the audio. But I came up to the first elderberry bush. I just almost passed it, and the rest is up this driveway. Our elderberries is like just along this side of the driveway. Oh, sorry, I don't feel good today. But today is the day to do this, so here we go. But this is what elderberries look like. And so I'll be picking the purple ones and leaving the green ones to ripen. So come along with me, hang out. You're not really supposed to touch these berries a whole lot until after they're processed and cooked. So that's kind of why I'm just letting them fall into the basket. This will be the first time that I have made elderberry syrup, so I'm not 100% sure how much I'm actually going to need. So I'm going to try to fill this basket up just off of this one bush, see if that'll give me enough, because as I've stated in previous videos, I don't like taking all of something. I don't even like taking most of something, because I love to keep as much as I can for nature and their wellness. I'm certain the deer eat these to stay healthy, because I see nibbles off of these things all the time. So I'll just maybe focus on getting the berries that are higher up, and leave the ones that are lower for the deer to be able to reach. We also have other elderberries further up the driveway, and I'm not even going to touch those. And that's primarily where I see most of our deer these days anyway. They don't tend to come too close to our house anymore. So I'm going to leave those up there for them. And it looks like these trees aren't even, or these plants aren't even completely done blooming. Looks like it's going to have at least one more round of berries. So that's comforting to know that they're, going to have another chance to get some berries. This is like tick haven in here. These berries sure dye your fingers quickly. I accidentally touched one that was busted open, and now I've got some pink in the palm of my hands, because that's where the berry fell. Now it gets really steep right here, so I just have to be careful with where I step, because it just drops down. So if I fall, don't laugh. Oh yeah, this branch has quite a bit of berries on them. My daughter did want to join, but she was in the middle of doing her yoga, so I just let her finish doing her yoga. Thankfully, today is almost like the perfect day to come forage, because it's not, we're having a false fall. I say false because, oh, I just broke that branch. I'll just take the rest of the berries off. Because next week it's going to go back to being hot. But for today, it's awfully nice. I didn't realize the branches were that brittle, but now I know. Like I said, this is my first time foraging for these, so I'm learning the plant as I go. The others are too tall for even me, and it's not safe for me to go all the way down that hill, so I'll just see if what I have here is going to be enough. I'll pick you up and show you. how vibrant, oh look, that's where it's stained, but look how magenta the stems are. And the berries almost look like little blueberries, almost. So I have almost a basket full. I'll just process these and see how much syrup I get. We're also using the only little bit of honey that we got this year before we lost our bees, because this recipe does call for honey, so we're going to use our local honey here to our land, which is even better. So come along with me while I make the syrup. I think I mentioned that I just scared off some deer. Trying to see if I could see her. But today is pretty bittersweet because since losing our garden, I have nothing else to harvest this year, so it's not going to feel very homesteady for the rest of the year. So I've been trying to cope and manage with that whole thought. So today is the final and last thing that I'm going to be harvesting this year. So being able to harvest these sweet little berries for my family's health, I think it means more today than it probably ever has or will, because yeah, this is it for this year, since we don't have anything else to harvest. Well, I say that, but if you've watched my other video, you know that I do have like, 4 rooftop garden buckets with 2 plants each of bell peppers. So if those actually take, which they're looking pretty nice, so we'll see if they harvest fruit, but if not those, then this is going to be the last video like this for this year, since I don't have anything else to harvest. So it's bittersweet. So I am anxious to get in the kitchen and do a little something homesteady, you know. Okay, now that I have a basket full, now I invite you to come hang out with me in the kitchen while I make, for the first time, elderberry syrup. When I get in the kitchen also, I'll let you know the benefits of elderberry syrup. But yeah, there's nothing but positive things. You do have to be careful with processing because it can be toxic if you don't do it correctly. But way more benefits than risks. So I'm looking forward to feeling better, and I'm looking forward to making this beautiful syrup. Come along with me. So I've already pre-grated our fresh ginger, and so I'm going to go ahead and get started with getting the water heated up and putting all my ingredients in the pot. Okay. I thought we were going to need this, but it looks like we're going to be pouring everything straight into the saucepan. So we need elderberries, so we have fresh elderberries, so it needs 1 1/3 cup. Oh, I bet we were supposed to take these off the stem. Well, that's going to take a while. So let's go ahead and take our elderberries off the stem, and we will check right back in with you. That should be enough. Let me see. So it says 1 1/3. So that's actually probably way more than we need. Yeah, we're gonna call that good. We have enough probably for another batch, so I may be doing that after we stop recording. Ginger, cinnamon, and cloves. Okay, so now we need 2 tablespoons of ginger. So that's 2 of these. Cinnamon and cloves. So cinnamon, it needs 1 teaspoon. So the teaspoon is this one. We need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and how many cloves? Half a teaspoon of cloves. So 1 teaspoon of this. See, I was super prepared. Get it off, so let me just do that. And then half a teaspoon of cloves. Bring it to the boil. Reduced. All right. So I need to get that to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes until all the liquid has been reduced to almost half. So that is what I'm going to be doing, and I will pick you guys back up after the 35 minutes. So while that's simmering, I went ahead and I grabbed these medicine bottles. These are my son's. He gets monthly medication that comes in these glass bottles, and I knew one day I would need these. I just didn't know for what, so I cleaned them really good, and I've saved them for a couple of years. And so I'm going to get the rest of them, clean them, and that's what I'm going to be putting this elderberry syrup into. And then I also have a label maker. My son wants to talk. I have a label maker, so I'm going to be labeling all of these as well. So I'm going to just continue to film and continue to have you along for the ride. There's so much smoke in the way that I don't know if you can see it really good. So we're going to let it do its thing for 30 minutes. Okay, so now it kind of just looks like a jam. I'm going to let it cool off to room temperature, and I'm also going to smash these berries. So I'm just going to smash, and then I'm going to, once they cool off, I'm going to strain them. So now I'm at the cooling part. Is this as thick as it's supposed to be? If so, it's not going to make a whole lot. All of my liquid cooked out of it. Hi, come on. My babies. There's my babies. Come on. Let's go night-night. This is where I'm going to end today's video. I thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It means more than you know. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please do subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. It would sure bless me if you were to become part of the camper family. If you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye!